The book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, and verse 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. I'm going to stop right there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And shalom to the 144,000. It's the brother Amu Ampadah from the GMS Denver camp, doing a quick lesson in regards to the warning that the prophets have been sending out over the years. All right. We're in a time where the things that we've been warning about are about to hit you in the face. All right. One of the main end time prophecies that we warn about here at Great Millstone is the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, and it is soon to be implemented. All right. And the brothers have been talking about this through the spirit, and just a little spiritual notation, moving around, these past couple of days, I've been seeing, numbers on trucks, and cars on license plates or whatever, the number 666. And as I was seeing this, I was like, yo, yeah, that mark of the beast probably is around the corner. Maybe that's the Lord, showing me signs that he about to, command Esau to bring this thing. Because ultimately, the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. All right. That's the ultimate test of your loyalty. Either you're going to show your loyalty to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, or your loyalty to this society ran by Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. That's going to be the ultimate line in the sand right there to show what side you're on. Okay. And those who take the side of Esau and receive his mark, all right, the RFID microchip, you will be destroyed. All right. And those that get the victory over the mark, all right, they're going to receive those crowns of eternal life. All right. So, yeah, this is the warning. Matter of fact, let's get a quick article. All right, so here's an article from Blacklisted News. All right, and as you can see, it says new DHS publicity about Real ID. All right, check this out. It says starting May 7th, 2025, you will need a Real ID to board domestic flights. Find out how to get your Real ID today at tsa.gov/Real ID. So they have a website. All right, they're gonna implement this new identification system. And let's just read a little bit of this. They say 2025, but who knows if we even got that long? We could go to 2025. Only the Lord knows. But the thing is, this whole shift is coming, man. The way things are being ran today are not going to be for much longer. Esau's going to bring his new world order, and it includes everybody being identified in his system, through the RFID microchip. But anyway, let's read this article. It says, a year before the most recently self-imposed deadline, quote unquote, on which the Department of Homeland Security has threatened to start illegally denying passage through Transportation Security Administration checkpoints and airports to would-be travelers without ID, it deems sufficiently compliant. All right. With the Real ID Act of 2004, the DHS has launched a new campaign of advertisements, press releases, and signs in the airports to publicize its threat to start restricting the right to fly without ID. So that's how this devil does things, man. Gradualism. It's going to start with the, airplanes, If you don't have this digital ID or the Real ID, all right, then you won't be able to fly. You won't be able to take public transportation, subways, buses, things like that. It's going to expand to other things as well, because we know his ultimate goal is to bring that new world order, man, in which everybody is tagged and chipped. All right. But they're saying right here, it says starting May 7th, 2025, you will need a Real ID to board domestic flights, the TSA says, with a footnote in much smaller print or acceptable alternative, quote unquote. Okay. So, yeah, man, this is what the talk is about right now in regards to, flights on airplanes. So, yeah, they're saying, what does it say right here? The May 7, 2025 date is entirely arbitrary, not fixed by law, has been extended time and time again for years, and can and likely will be extended again. But at some point, it's not going to be extended. You motherfuckers think that they're going to keep putting this thing off. No, it's going to be a point in time where you're going to have the RFID microchip, man. That is the biblical prophecy spoken of in Revelation 13. So, you know, the average person saying, oh, they ain't going to do it. They just talking. They ain't going to do it. Watch. They going to do it. And we're warning you about it right now. We're not going to give you no false hope. We don't know exactly when, but at some point in time, they're going to make the RFID microchip mandatory. Right now, they're using gradualism with this real ID shit. But let's continue on. It says, let's jump down. Okay, so it says, perhaps in response to our criticism of their previous litany of lies about the Real ID Act and ID to fly, the TSA has added a footnote to its latest signage or acceptable alternative. I wonder what that is. What's not obvious is that an acceptable alternative to Real ID to fly is no ID at all. Maybe it's the RFID microchip. Maybe that's the acceptable alternative. Okay. So it says, as the TSA has admitted, thousands of people fly without ID every year. Nothing in the Real ID Act and no current or proposed legislation or regulations would change that. Number 3, imposing a requirement to have, carry, or show ID to travel by common carrier, even if that were constitutional, which we don't think it would be, would require new legislation and or regulations. And they're going to bring those, man. Okay. Yeah. It says, but while the DHS and TSA aren't about to follow through on their latest ultimatum, not now, not next year, and probably never. That's what they think. They aren't going to stop making these baseless threats until Congress and or the courts say no as well. States should prepare to litigate to defend their residents' right to travel. Congress should put an end to this endless shakedown by repealing the Real ID Act in its entirety. It was a bad idea when it was enacted in post 9/11 panic, and it's still a bad idea today. So people are against this. The person who wrote this article is clearly against, you know, the Real ID Act. All right, but biblical prophecy will stand. All right. Now let's get a quick precept. All right, I want to bring this out. The book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. All right, the Lord is going to bring everything he intended to happen to pass. All right, including the mark of the beast. All right, which is the RFID microchip is going to be made to, identify, the track and trace, and to pretty much try to control the entire population underneath Esau and his wicked beast system. All right. So you're not going to sidestep prophecy. Your opinions don't fucking matter. And you're going to soon see that we're correct. Let's get that Revelation 13 really quick. I want to show you something else as well. So here we have it right here, the famous Revelation 13. All right. We must bring this out. So you cannot say that you did not get no fair warning from the prophets. All right. So let's jump down. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. What does it say? It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You see that? That's talking about what? The mark of the beast, the RFID microchip, right? That they already have made and they're planning to roll it out. All right, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, Esau, and his number is 666. All right, 666. All right. So it says that you will not be able to buy or sell without this thing, man. Meaning you're going to be restricted without the proper identification, the proper, technology that they're going to bring, man. You're going to have to use this thing. They're going to do away with the credit cards. All right. The actual physical IDs. Everything's going to go digital, man. and it's going to be eventually moved to the RFID microchip, where you just scan your hand on their, their machines, and all the information that is linked unto you is going to be accessed through their system. All right, it's going to be used to track your ass, so you're not going to be able to hide from Esau. All right, he's going to know exactly where you are at all times. That's complete slavery. But a lot of people are going to voluntarily take the shit. All right, the elect are going to reject it, man. All right, because if you receive this mark, your ass is dead, man. The Lord going to destroy you. You just canceled out your salvation. All right, and it's coming. This soon. It's right around the corner, man. They talking about 2025, changing up the laws for the airports and whatnot, man. It could be sooner than that. All it takes is one event, one Black Swan event, and we've been talking about that too, man. For everybody to panic, and for them to bring this RFID microchip forth, man, as a solution to the chaos. All right, so as you can see right here, I'm on DHS.gov, all right, /real ID. So this is a real website, government website, and it says, meet your new ID, the one that's ready to fly. So this is not no joke, man. They're serious about this. It says countdown to real ID enforcement. 300. They have a countdown on their website. Damn it. 335 days, 3 hours, 31 minutes, and 5 seconds. Down to the second, they're going to make this thing mandatory. So I think they're going to keep putting it off if you want to, man. All right. So yeah, they're going to make this a requirement to fly, man. Let's see exactly what a real ID is. I really want to see exactly what it is. I think it's a digital ID, but let me just, do a little research on their website. Okay, let's see. Okay. 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Welcome to County Office, your complete guide to local government services and public records. Let's start learning.
What is a real ID versus driver's license? A real ID is a federally compliant form of identification that meets new security standards. A driver's license is a state-issued ID. While both can be used for identification purposes, a real ID is required for certain federal activities, such as boarding a domestic flight or entering a federal building. To obtain a real ID, you must provide additional documentation, such as proof of identity, residency, and social security number. It's important to note that not all states offer real IDs, so check with your state's DMV to see if it's an option. To learn more, check out these links.
So yeah, so pretty much, I don't believe it's digital, but they do have digital IDs. I know they have one here in Colorado. You can have your ID, your identification on your phone. They even had a thing where you can put your vaccination records on there as well. So this is all leading towards stricter ID requirements, man. It's eventually going to lead to the RFID microchip, man. They use gradualism. Let's get a quick precept on this, but they're saying May 7th, 2025, man. You won't be able to get on the plane without this new ID, real ID. All right, 2 Corinthians 2:11, got to bring it out. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right, and the hopeful elect, all right, they're not going to be ignorant or unaware of the different strategies that this damn devil is using to gradually bring forth the RFID microchip. He's getting you ready for it, man. They're going to do away with the cash. They already tried that during the C-19 situation. You know what I'm talking about. And this time they're going to, fully implement it, man. That was a test run, as we like to say, to see where the people's mind was at when it came to certain restrictions and them being willing to comply to a new system. Well, they're going to really bring it this time, man. And we're waiting for it, man, because we understand this has to happen before we can get the fuck out of here. We're waiting for the RFID microchip to be made mandatory. All right. We're seeing him gradually bring the system forth. All right, here's a video that I watched not too long ago. All right. It's the Elder Mawatazak, all right, out of, GMS LA. And here's his video. You should watch it. You know what I'm saying? It says, Esau, Edom, ready to see him, you Jake. Jake meaning you Israelites, all right? You so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. This damn devil is ready to put that microchip into use, man, and make it mandatory, especially for you Israelites. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, quoting the scripture. Right? We got to know what's going on, what time we in. At some point, they're going to bring this, man. This biblical prophecy is going to happen, and it's going to happen in our lifetime more than likely. All right? The way they're moving with this thing, man. All right? So they're talking about, putting brain chips in people, which is another form of the RFID microchip. It's another form of the mark of the beast. Elon Musk and other companies have been bringing out different, variations of this technology, man. Brain chips. All right? And we read in Revelation 13, all right, you're going to have it in your hand or in your forehead being your brain. All right. Biblical prophecy is standing strong. All right. We have the true words of Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai, man, and the understanding of it. The RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. Oh, just a real quick testimony. Not too long ago, I was on LinkedIn. If you're not, familiar with that, look it up. It's a online, job type of thing, where you can network with people, stuff like that. And I had lost access to one of my accounts, and I was trying to gain access to that account. And one of the requirements was biometric data. All right. One of the requirements was to accept the terms and conditions in which LinkedIn would pretty much store your biometric data. All right. And that was a requirement to get into the account. So this is just showing you the way the world is moving. All right. You see, and of course I didn't do it, but the true mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. At some point they're gonna make, it harder and harder for you to identify yourself and to make any kind of transactions without, their new system. Like I said, they use gradualism. They'll start out with biometric data, facial recognition, things like that. And then ultimately, like I said, the RFID microchip is going to be the requirement. And check it out. They have an article on here on the People's Voice. It says Biden to ban air travel in 2025 for all Americans who refuse to carry a WEF digital ID. See, there you go. There you go. All right. I just stumbled upon this article too. When this come out? June 5th, 2024. Brand new article. All right. The Biden regime has announced plans to completely ban air travel in 2025 for Americans who refuse to carry a new World Economic Forum inspired digital ID. So it is digital. All right. There you go. According to journalist Patrick Webb, the U.S. government plans to launch its controversial federal ID program called Real ID for domestic air travel on May 7, 2025. Here it is, man, once again. All right. Showing you, man, hey, we got the truth here at Great Millstone, and those who come in the same doctrine. You got other camps out there talking about the mark of the beast is not the RFID microchip, is something else. It's sleeping with white women. It's, all sin in all its forms. No, man, it's a physical mark. We can prove that as well. But it says Webb declared on X or Twitter Sunday that this will ban all adults from domestic flights unless they have replaced traditional state issue IDs with real IDs. And we showed you the countdown on their website, man, the official government website. They ain't playing around, man. Yeah, it's on the DHS website. All right, and they're showing you this right here. So, interesting, man. All right, interesting. Huh. I wonder if they got a video for this. Let's see. It says EFF asserts that the purported goal of improving national security will not be met, and instead Real ID will lead to the erosion of privacy and the expansion of state surveillance, Webb says. Come on, man. They want you under their complete control, man. But they're going to use it in the name of national security. All right. Because they got, they might have a terrorist attack in one of these states and say, we need to identify everybody. We need to make sure that you have a clear identification that can't be faked or, can't be recreated. It has to be issued by the state, and it has to be digital. And that's how we're going to allow you to travel on airplanes and do other things. All right. It says EFF likens Real ID to the Social Security number, which began as an innocuous identifier but evolved into a crucial component of numerous government services and private databases of personal information. You can't do shit without a social security card, man. All right? You can't do nothing without a social security card, man. It's going to be the same thing for this Real ID and then the RFID microchip, man. They already, how should I say this? They already have been gradually moving towards this. Okay, so yeah, that's the point. All right. May 7th, 2025 is what they're saying. It could be sooner, though. We'll see. And the thing is that the average person don't even know about this shit right here. Ask the average person on the street, when is the deadline for the Real ID Act? They ain't gonna even know what you're talking about. All right, they more distracted with the bread and circuses, man. The different distractions that are going on instead of what's really, important. Things that are gonna affect your life. But we're giving you warning, man. Now, really quick, I want to prove that this mark of the beast is a physical mark, man. It's not a spiritual mark. It's a physical thing that they want to put inside of you, man. All right. And once you do that, you defiling your body and the Lord's going to destroy you, man. You Israelites, you are not to take this. So let's check it out. Let's go into this one. All right. So we look at the Greek word for mark. Let's get it. All right, here it is.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma.
Yeah, we said charagma. So check it out. Let's see what it is. Salakia. It says a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah. You see that? If you get this mark, you are making yourself an enemy to Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai, and you will be destroyed, man. When the world, Salakia, when, Yahweh Shai, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus, actually returns, all right, and you have this mark, your ass is dead, man. All right, you're not going to be saved and taken up into the chariots of salvation. You're going to be left here to burn in nuclear fire in the midst of World War III, and we'll get that too. In Revelation 14. But yeah, it says the mark branded on horses. All right, because you're like cattle to these Edomites, man. They look at the people as cattle and they want to mark and tag their cattle. That's what they're trying to do. That's what their new world order is about: complete domination and control of the population. All right, and if they can get you to receive this mark, they got your ass, man. All right. So yeah, man, that's the point right here. It says a badge of servitude. All right, a sculptured figure, graven mark. This is a physical mark, man, showing your servitude to your master Esau. All right, and those Israelites who receive it, you deserve to die, man, because you've completely turned your back on your Creator, Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai. If you receive this mark, let's get a quick precept on that. We'll get Revelation 14. All right, here's one I like to bring out: the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, and verse 21. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai, and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils. You can't do both, man. Like I said in the beginning of this lesson, this is going to be that line drawn in the sand to show who you with, man. You with the Lord or you with Esau? All right? You choose Esau, your ass is going to go down with his ass. You're going to be destroyed. All right? You reject the mark, all right, and you choose Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai, you're going to be saved. It's that simple. But the hour of temptation is at hand. It's going to be a tempting time. They're going to, choke off the food supply. You're not going to be able to buy food for your family if you don't have this mark. You're not going to be able to go into the stores and whatnot. See, they're going to make it a very tempting thing for you to take this thing. And if you ain't got the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai in this time, you're going to bow the knee and give in. When you ain't been, have been going without food for a week, and you start to really feel the pains of hunger and thirst, a lot of people are going to crack in that time, man. But the elect are going to be taken care of, man. The Lord's going to sustain, all right? Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai will sustain his elect. Let's get a precept on that. All right, you must know this. Isaiah 65 and verse 13, heavy hitter. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. All right. So those who are serving Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai and reject the mark of the beast, they're going to be taken care of, man. The Lord's finna do miracles and make situations happen on behalf of his elect, those that are faithful unto him. But those of you that are unfaithful, you Israelites that bow the knee and you crack and you break and you bow the knee to Esau's system and you take that RFID microchip, hey, you're going to be left without, man. You see? That's not, you taking that chip is not going to be a guarantee that you going to eat. The Lord can still have your ass starved to death. So you done took the damn chip and your ass still starved. But the elect who reject the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, they will be taken care of, man. All right? And you're going to be ashamed if you receive that mark. I got to bring this out real quick. All right, 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. All right, this applies to the mark of the beast, man. All right, we qualify the scripture for that scenario. If you, consent unto Esau's mark of the beast, then you're going to be had in derision and in reproach in the eyes of your creator. All right, you're going to realize the grave mistake that you made once those missiles start flying. And once you receive that cancerous, grievous sore spoken of in Revelation 16 for all those who receive the mark. Let's get that. I got to bring it out since I mentioned it. And we'll eventually get that Revelation 14. All right, Revelation chapter 16. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. Check it out. Here's the point right here. Verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. That grievous sore is talking about a cancer, because when you receive this radio frequency identity or identification technology inside of your body, it emits radiation, and your body is not meant to handle that. It's going to cause a grievous sore. Okay? You're going to have a side effect. And who knows the full extent of that, man. All right? It's going to be known who took that shit. It's probably going to be painful. All right, Revelation 14 and 9, going into the judgment of those who receive this thing, man. All right, and the third angel followed them, saying, all right, Revelation 14 and 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right, the Lamb being Yahushua. And this fire and brimstone is going to come in the midst of World War III. Okay, so when Esau brings this microchip and makes it mandatory, because it's going to happen like that, it's going to come to the point where they're going to make it mandatory. You have to have it. All right, something's going to happen to where they make this thing mandatory. Like I said, it could be a terrorist attack or some crazy shit that happens that Esau orchestrates to scare the people, and they make this thing mandatory. All right, and those who refuse it, could be put to death for not taking it. It's going to get that serious. We're telling you now before it gets to that point. All right, but those who receive it, you are not going to be taken up into the vessels of the Lord, man. The chariots, those so-called UFOs that's going to rescue the elect. All right, you're not going to be a part of that number, man, if you receive this mark. Okay, you're going to be left here to burn when those missiles start pelting the earth.
Hello. You okay? Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. Yes. Doesn't work? There we go. Magic. Huh? Magic.
Yeah, so there you go. People already got this shit. All right. So the technology is already here. All right. And a lot of dumbass Israelites are going to take it because they think it's the new cutting edge technology. You're going to, fall for the guise of convenience. All right. And the way Esau presents it, you're going to have celebrities and religious figures condoning this shit, man. But just know that if you Israelites take this thing, you are done. You've canceled out your salvation. You're going to die. Let's get one more. We're going to close it. Revelation 20:4. The vision of John the Revelator, right? This is what he saw. He says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. So this is the vision of those Israelites who are of the elect, who were ultimately killed for not receiving the mark of the beast. All right, they were beheaded. Their heads were chopped off. All right, and they have guillotines ready to go for those who refuse it. They're going to just be putting people to death who refuse the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. But ultimately, if you receive that glorious type of death, you're going to be crowned, all right, by Yahushua. You're going to reign with the Lord, all right? You see, this is all a test of your faith and your integrity, all right? And that's the major test that's coming to the earth. We're telling you about it now. So you've heard the warning. You Israelites are not to take that mark of the beast, RFID microchip, in your head or in your hand, or anywhere for that matter, all right? So I'm going to end it right there. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakach, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua. All right? They're making moves towards this RFID microchip, man. They're moving fast, man. Get your mind right and prepare. And may the Lord keep his Holy Spirit upon you to resist. All right? Kwame Asharala and the Bible Ball. Shalom.